In the time before time, when the great land of Mu stretched vast and unbroken across the Pacific, the people of Mu thrived as one. Their cities gleamed under the sun, their songs wove stories of the stars, and their navigators walked paths that connected every corner of the great land. They were a single people, bound by blood and spirit, their knowledge of the land etched into their bones. But the sea was restless, and the gods grew restless too. In a cataclysm of waves and fire, Mu sank beneath the ocean, its peaks becoming islands scattered like stars across the endless blue. The descendants of Mu, scattered but unbroken, remembered the ways of their ancestors. They were the Maori, the keepers of the ancient knowledge, and they took to the sea in great waka, double-hulled canoes carved from the mightiest trees, guided by the stars, the currents, and the songs of their forebears. These were no mere wanderers, they were navigators of unparalleled skill, reading the ocean's moods as one reads the lines of a lover's face. The islands, Rapa Nui, Tahiti, Hawaii, Aotearoa, were not chance discoveries but waypoints in a map held in their minds, a map of a land that once was whole. They knew exactly where each island lay, for their ancestors had walked those paths when Mu was one. The Maori sailed not just to the islands but to the great continents that rimmed the Pacific. To the west, they touched the shores of Australia, where they met the Yolngu and shared stories of the Dreamtime, recognizing in their tales echoes of Emu's lost songs. To the east, they landed on the coasts of the Americas, from the Chumash of the northern shores to the Mapuche in the south, trading obsidian tools and feathered cloaks for maize and quinine. To the north, they reached the Haida and Tlingit, exchanging whalebone carvings and tales of sea spirits. In Asia, they bartered with the Ainu and the coastal peoples of ancient China, their waka laden with greenstone and kava. The islands served as pit stops, places to rest, repair, and reconnect. Each was a family hearth, where cousins long separated embraced as kin. In Rapa Nui, they carved moai to honor shared ancestors. In Tahiti, they danced to rhythms that pulsed like Emu's heartbeat. In Hawaii, they chanted genealogies that traced back to the first people of the great land. These were not isolated cultures but a vast network of relatives, bound by blood and trade, their languages and customs diverging yet rooted in the same soil. The Maori, with their waka, were the threads that wove this tapestry together, sailing thousands of miles to renew bonds, exchange goods, and share knowledge. Where once they walked across Emu's plains, now they paddled through its watery remnants. The sea was no barrier but a highway, its currents and winds known as intimately as the paths of old. The Maori navigators, trained from childhood, could feel the pulse of the ocean, see the stars shift, and hear the whispers of their ancestors in the waves. It was easier now, an elder once said, his eyes gleaming as he gazed at the horizon. To walk was to toil under the sun, but to canoe is to dance with the sea. The islands are still one land.